Hey guys, Dark Artisan back here again with a showcase of my only spray painted Eldar army, which started as allies for my Dark Eldar. I have a bit of a problem. I can't just buy one thing. Yes, I'm still here with Codex Phil, and he's laughing his back off because he knows it's true.
Yeah, it is. It hasn't happened really with his new army.
It can't.
It can't really.
I would be broke if I did that with my new army, Phil.
Just gotta, well...
I'm broke anyway, and I haven't even bought... I normally have a thing of buying one of everything in the Codex. Actually, yeah, I just noticed as well I don't have everything in the Dark Eldar Codex.
You don't?
This has been filmed straight off the back of the Dark Eldar showcase, so go and check that out if you haven't already. I don't have a Court of the Archon.
You don't have a Claw Fiend, you don't have Razor Wings.
Razor Wing Flock.
Razor Wing Flock.
Yeah, I don't have a Court of the Archon. I might have to actually, build some from scratch because I don't like the.
Well, okay, this is about Eldar. Let's show off the Eldar now.
Yeah. Anyway, Eldar. This originally started as 3 or 6 jet bikes and a Wraith Knight for allies.
It's going out of hand, I think.
Yeah. So this is my Eldar allied force, which totals, I think it was like 7,500 points when I looked. The Dark Eldar one is like 5.5 with a Tantalus as well. So yeah. Most of this I would point out, actually I did buy second hand, so most of the models are actually metal.
Some of them, the older versions of them, like the Striking Scorpions.
Yeah, but
actually, just the Striking Scorpions and the Banshees, and that is it for the old models.
To be honest, I don't mind.
And to be honest, actually, I prefer better. They don't really look any different, really, apart from the poses.
Yeah, the Scorpions are pretty. In fact, they're all one posed apart from the Exarch, but whatever. I grew up with most of these models like 15 years ago when like Phil was a little child.
A fetus.
Yeah, he's not that young. Now, as I explained in one of my other videos, I used to play about 15 years ago, and most of these models are how I remember them. Eldar jet bikes have never changed. Still exactly the same. Look like they're riding Harley Davidsons.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Most of this, like I said, I bought second hand. I think the only things I bought new were 2 War Walkers, the Wraith Knight, the Flyer, and the jet bikes.
Yeah.
Illic Knight Spear and Prince Uriel. I bought new as well.
And your Autarch.
He's not here.
I know.
He's not built. Yeah, I have an Autarch that's not built.
It's not built.
So, yeah, I forgot about that. So, yeah, I'll talk you through what I've got here. And, yeah. If you missed the Dark Eldar video, I was just saying, me and Phil were actually talking. I've had a game today of just pure Eldar, 1850 points.
Elvish filth!
Yeah, I totally agree. I always swore I would never play pure Eldar, and I played today, and I actually quite enjoyed it.
You got back and you need to go in the shower straight away, so... you need to get rid of all the cheese off him and...
Yeah, it was pretty cheesy casting a guide.
He was spewing baby bells all over the place.
Casting guide on 10 Guardians, Assault 2 on Josh's Vanguard, Chaplain and Captain. So yeah, I'll talk you through what I've got here. We'll start at the back actually. Please forgive shaky cam. So at the back, Wraith Knight there. He does have some Dark Eldar sails on him. I wanted to try tie it in with me Dark Eldar, and that's a point, actually, because I wanted to tie these in. I am going to paint them very, very similar to, what craft world is it again? Altanzar?
I think it's Altanzar, yeah.
Altanzar, which is Morgan Ra's home world.
Morgan Ra.
So yeah, Jacob, also known as the Warp Forge, I referenced him in my last video.
Sponsor.
He actually wrote a bit of a fluff for why it ties in with me Dark Eldar. I'm just going to quickly read what it actually says in the Eldar Codex, and then Phil can read the fluff that Jacob wrote for me. So Altanzar. When the fall caused the fabric of reality itself to burst open, Craftworld Altanzar was caught within the gravity pull of the Eye of Terror and slowly devoured. Millennia later, the Craftworld was spat back into reality. Despite its uncanny resurgence, Altanzar is viewed with great suspicion by all other Eldar, for it is whispered that they are tainted by their ordeal in the heart of chaos. Now, I quite like that because not only are they purple anyway, it's also kind of Dark Eldarish, and I figured, well, if Eldar don't trust Altanzar, Dark Eldar will probably welcome them. So, yeah. Over to Phil.
So this is Craftworld Altanzar. Dark Eldar find the Craftworld survival in the war fascinating, and so due to their reputation are easily under shady surveillance of the Dark City. The Archon and Homunculus wish to find if they have some form of natural resilience against the war, so that they can finally escape the clutches of Slaanesh as they perish. Thus, in turn, they help out the Craftworld if it is in severe peril, as they don't want to lose their only chance to find a permanent way of saving their souls from the warp. The Craftworld does not realize that they are under surveillance, but appreciate the help their Dark Brothers grant them, and so assist each other whenever possible. However, secrets are still shady and kept away from each other, such as Soulstone tech is still a hidden secret kept away from Commonrath. And the dark agenda that the Dark City holds for them is hidden from the Craftworld. But should either party find out certain secrets of each other, then war would arise and an all possible chance of survival of both parties.
So yeah, big thanks to Jacob for writing that again. I'll start at the back. Like I said, forgive the shit you can. So, there we have the Wraith Knight.
Cheers!
Marine Killer. He is fully magnetised. His arms are glued with quite large magnets, I think like 8x5s or something. So I can run either the 2 heavy Wraith cannons or the Sun Cannon and Scatter Shield or the sword. I've then got 5 Wraiths so far. I do have another 10 Wraith to actually build. Those ones are second hand and I've just sprayed them straight up. I'm going to magnetise 5 of them as blades, so I can either run axes or swords. The other 5 I will magnetise... What's the weapons called?
Don't look at me!
I think it's a D scythe or whatever them ones are there. I don't know, I know the strength 10.
Like D scythe and D cannon.
Yeah. Here I have 2 Wraith Lords. Their weapons are magnetised on the top of the shoulders. I'm just going to point out as well that I did magnetise the entire army exactly the same way. And I magnetised something like 50 weapons. All the star cannons, missile launchers, scatter lasers, bright lancers. So I can literally swap them around the entire force any way that I want. I wanted to kind of make them a little bit Dark Eldarish, which is why they have the rudders of raiders as kind of swords or blades to use as ghost glaives. As I bought these second hand, I didn't actually get any ghost glaives, so that was the next best alternative, and to be honest, I think it goes quite well. This is my conversion of a Spirit Seer.
Wraith Seer.
Wraith Seer, thank you.
It's a bit big for a Spirit Seer, to be honest.
Yeah. So I put the tabards on that one. I actually used one of the little plates as the helmet. And then I've used I think it was one of the poles that normally go on the Dark Eldar Raider in conjunction with the rudder to make a halberd spear kind of thing. I then used the front of a jet bike. I'm just going to turn it a bit so you can see. I then used the front of a jet bike and 2 sides as the shield, and I can't remember the name. I think it's a destroyer cannon or something. I used the rear part of a bright lance with some piping. I used the middle bit of one of the missiles of the Razor Wing, and the front is off a missile launcher. So that was my own conversion of that.
I've never gone up against it. have seen it being used. I don't really think I want to go against it ever.
Yeah, Sean actually has the proper rates here. He has used it a couple of times. Sean's the guy I'm painting the Revenant for, which I'm hoping to start tomorrow. Just moving backwards as well. I've got an avatar. He is the old metal one. He was missing his sword hand. And that sword hand that you see there is a Demon Prince sword. And I actually chopped the arm down so it fit in quite nicely. Wasn't too big. I've then got all the Phoenix Lords. So we've got Janzar, Baharoth, Fugan, Asman. I must add, I hate Asman. Do you hate him?
Yes. What do you know? Because last time I went against Asman, he didn't get. All he had is his invul and his reroll 1 through it. So as long as you have AP2, you can deal with Asman quite quickly. It's the fact that when you don't have AP2 and he's running around joined with Canandrus, and you have next to no way to deal with them until combat, which is not what you want anyway, because Canandrus is with them, is scary. I did have one epic moment where it was the Abaton Asman charged into an Exocrine, and Exocrine kept him there for 3 turns, so it was like, go Exocrine. But I do think a bunch of the Phoenix Lords are amazing. Others are just not really worth it.
Marvin Ra. So yeah.
The words out of my mouth.
Marvin Ra's there as well. Karandrus just behind him. I've then got the other 3 characters. I've got Eldrad, Prince Uriel, and Illic Nightspear.
Eldrad's kind of good.
I used him today, and actually he was. I don't think I utilised him. I didn't add him to the squad. He was by himself.
I don't know how Prince Uriel does, because I've never gone up against him. Illic, he does have that thing where if you take, like, snipe the Pathfinders, whatever they were, with them, the Rangers with them, his squad can infiltrate within 1 inch of an enemy, which is both scary, not all crazy, because they'll probably drop like flies, but it is pretty scary that you could just put him wherever you want. I don't know whether it's with him in all the Ranger groups, but I do know if I was going to bring Illic, I would definitely bring 1 10-man squad. If I was going to do a bigger Eldar army, I probably would do full Rangers and Illic, because that would be just so awesome. Sean
actually pulled that against me. He put 10 Rangers and Illic within a couple of inches of 5 of my scouts. So I charged with the 5 scouts, lost 2 to Overwatch, and those 3 scouts took 5 turns, but they chomped through all 10 and Illic. They were absolute animals. There's like 4 save in combat, and they just tanked everything. And yeah, they only took 2 or 3 out per turn, but my scouts just passed like every single save, but it meant he wasn't shooting the snipers at other things I had in my army. So yeah, I think they can be quite lethal. Just moving on now, I've got an old school fire prism there.
It's not old school.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's a totally different model than the new one.
Oh yeah, the top part of it.
Yeah, the prism cannon bit itself is totally different. It is metal, that one as well. So yeah, that's quite something.
I prefer the top part of it, and I probably wouldn't mind it as a top part of it, so it could be wave certain ones, because I prefer the top part of it. Because it's just like a shell, really. I think it looks way better than like the miniature turret thing on them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really make much difference, to be honest.
No.
If at any point it would be worse for the Eldar player because the cannon's not further forward, I think. Because the gun's located right in the front of the turret, so if anything, it's worse for the Eldar player, but...
It's like Space Marine Land Raiders, like you stick the multi-melter on the front turret, not the back, and then you get an extra 2-3 inch range on it. So yeah. There's a Wave Serpent. Again, fully magnetised, so I can swap it out with any other weapons. I've got 6 jet bikes and a character on bike, which I converted myself. It was my first time ever using green stuff, so I'm just going to stick him there. That's his cape.
With me, there was this standalone character in Dark Elves that I would just totally buy just for the cape. And then I would buy a Dark Eldar bike, and it comes in like 3s, so I don't know what I would do the others like. But I would totally buy a Dark Eldar bike, that cape, and then I would just convert that way. But I think it would be too hard for me to do green stuff. I've never used green stuff. I used it for the first time today, and that was just to fix a couple of things. So maybe there might be some things in the future. With the Eldar, I mean the Farseer and the jet bike, there's some like things that I would use with it, which is the Mantle of the Laughing God to get the stuff enshrouded. However, that means you can't put them in the squad of bikes. Also, the something Stone of Annaroth or something like that, where you pick a psychic power and it minuses 1 warp charge to it, and uses some things like that. That's pretty good. Especially,
which I took today and totally forgot about.
and that helps for certain psychic powers, especially since if I was ever to do Eldar, I would totally use like the Farseer on divination. Divination is an amazing psychic power that if you ever have the chance to take it, because it has so many good things. Scry's Gaze is amazing, especially for tactical objectives. Prescience, you get standard. Perfect timing to ignore cover, foreboding. It has too many good things to just ignore it.
I've lost track of the amount of times that Phil he uses my Eldar sometimes against me.
And Blood Angels, both with the divination and Scry's Gaze.
Yeah, the amount of times that Scry's Gaze has scored him extra points is unbelievable.
It helps for tactical objective control, so it's good.
And re-rolling reserves.
Yeah, but just imagine getting the roller trait where you discard 2 cards, and then you've got Scry's Gaze. You are able to really get the best cards out of the deck from there. That's why, if I was to do Eldar, it's all about controlling the tactical objectives. If it's Eternal War, I don't know what I would do. We haven't really played Eternal War much often.
I did today, actually.
Yeah. I think it's good to play them once in a while, because some armies suck at Eternal War, like Tau and Imperial Guard, because they're just pure gun line. But the other way around...
I would say Dark Eldar wouldn't be too good because of how weak they are in the first couple of turns.
Yeah, the other way around... in Eternal War, you need to be more thinking about survivability, because it's like at the end, you need to be on objectives. Tactical objectives, you need to be survivability during the beginning, which is great for things like Tyranids with thousands of bodies and things like that. So it's really, both missions can affect both. I think from now on, I'm probably going to deep to it. But, yeah. I would definitely do that for my Farseer.
Cool. Just moving on to the rest of the models here. I've got 5 Finecast Warp Spiders there. I used them today, and
They so need new models.
They do. They've been exactly the same, and there's no variation in the models. There's 2 poses there, and then the Exarch. However, they were great. They wrecked one of Josh's Dreadnoughts. He dropped a pod near us and totally forgot that that the Warp Spiders were behind him, so they just jumped up behind him, glanced and penned him to death. Just so much output on them.
Out of all the aspects, I do think Warp Spiders are the one most needed. Out of the rest, they're good in all their different situations, but it's really Warp Spiders or the Missile Launcher dudes, I think, called Dark Reapers.
Yeah, there's some over here. We'll get to them in a minute.
Yeah.
I should point out as well, actually, I forgot about them. I've got 2 Vol support batteries over there. I think is that the Vibro cannon that's on them?
No, that's not the Vibro cannon. That's that looks like a sun cannon, some variant of a sun cannon.
I don't know. As you can tell, neither of us really play Eldar. I just had a problem when I started buying allies.
I think Vibro cannons are pretty sweet.
Mini Wargaming used one the other day. It was Steve's battle report.
Yeah,
he got
the Vibro cannons. If you get like for every hit you get, it goes up by strength and AP, which is pretty good because if you got all 3 of them to hit, that's like strength 9 AP 1 or 2. I can't remember, which is mental.
Yeah, especially against a tank or something.
Yeah, especially it's mental. I think the support batteries are very.
I think they're underrated. They're not used enough.
They're really underrated. I think they just look cool, and that's why I would bring them and put a Farseer behind them or Warlock, and that'll just be that. But yeah. Cool.
I've got 10 Dire Avengers there. I actually got them from a friend in exchange for painting up 5 of his Wraith Blades. So, yeah, there's some Dire Avengers. 5 Metal Rangers here. Nothing special, really. Just Rangers.
Rangers are Rangers!
Yeah. Some old Swooping Hawks.
No, they're still the new models, but they're go to Finecast, yeah, because so Carl's the other day, and they just basically went to Finecast.
Alright.
There's nothing different about them at all.
Mine is still metal, so...
And they've got crap rules. I don't think I would ever bring them. Because they're not amazing.
I think the jetpack thing is really cool, the fact that you can jump straight out of the board. I just think that they could utilise the rules for them better.
But, like, I originally thought that, like, all their weapons were haywire, which would make them a bit better than the Scourge. But they're not. So it's only, like, 2 or 1 haywire thing in it, so yeah.
Moving across again. I've got, at the back here, I don't know whether the Spirit Seers, Farseer models, or what. I don't know.
The 2 with the spears are Warlocks with Shining Spears. The 2 others are just normal Warlocks with their Witchblades. And then it's the Farseer in the middle of that. The old Farseer one.
Yeah. Farseer, Spirit Seer. Nobody really minds. The models are almost identical anyway. We just, at our club, say which one is which anyway, don't we? So there's quite a lot of Eldar players at the club as well. All pretty accommodating. I've got the 6 Fire Dragons here. Exarch with Fire Pike. Again, they're metal. Just moving forward, I've got 5 Banshees here.
Banshees are Banshees.
Banshees are Banshees. There's no Exarch there, but the Exarch just has it. I think she's got like a glaive of some sort.
It looks like a spear.
Yeah, I've got loads of spare ones off the Hellions, so I think I'll probably chop one of the swords off and stick one of them glaives on instead. Just skipping further to the back up here, I do have 3 Warwalkers. Again, the tops are fully magnetised, so I can swap everything in and out with the Wraith Lords as well. I've got a Falcon, again, fully magnetised. The Underslung, Shuriken Cannon, and Catapult on them, and the Wave Serpent is fully magnetised as well. And a Wave Serpent. That was quick. And a Wave Serpent. Dark Reapers. Sean used them against something of mine the other day. I can't remember what it was.
What was something Dark Eldar?
It was Dark Eldar, which meant no Jink, which meant bye-bye. So yes. I don't like them. As an Eldar player, probably love them. I've got 11 Guardians. The reason I've got 11 is because I bought some second hand, and then I bought something else second hand, and there was an odd Guardian in there. So 11 Guardians. Again, the weapon platform, fully magnetised, so I can literally swap it out with the entire rest of the army. Behind them, you can see the Scorpions. One's actually turned around. That's the Exarch. The models have had an update. I'm not too fussed. I don't mind. Like I said, I grew up with a lot of these models in the poses that they're in. So I still like them, to be honest. But yeah. And just finishing off the... Hang on, I didn't mention the flyer, did I?
You did. Did you?
No.
Well, you've got to fly it.
It's a Crimson Hunter Exarch. It's up there at the back, you can see. I'm in the process of magnetising the weapon so I can run it as is it Wraith Fighter?
Wraith Fighter's alright.
Yeah, the Crimson Hunter Exarch though, it's like...
The only reason to bring a Wraith Fighter, run around with Demonology.
To be honest, the Crimson Hunter Exarch, I think it's like 185 points. Why would you not take it?
Yeah.
It's got Tank Hunter, it's hitting on 2s. Yeah, it's great. To be honest, I'm thinking about using it more Eldar allies, especially a character on a bike, and then even just hit that flyer. Because it's a lot more anti-tank than what the Dark Eldar flyers are. So yeah. I've then got 3 Vipers. Now I did get them second hand.
If it wasn't obvious.
If it's not obvious. I do need to spray them. They are magnetised at the moment, but they're not magnetised the same way as the rest of my army, so I'm going to cut the magnets off and remagnetise them. Actually, yeah, I just want to point out the scenery as well. The warp gate that you see there, the purple and silver one, you've probably seen it in the battle report previously. That was bought from eBay on Wargames tournaments. I'll post a link in the description for that. And over there, that actually is a tool hanger from Wilkinson's. It's supposed to go on the wall sideways. Yeah, I sprayed it black and silver and put some little gems on it, and it looks like some form of Eldar obelisk. So yeah, there we go. That is the Eldar Force. Phil, thoughts?
Cheese.
Of the melted kind, cheddar kind.
I would totally do an Eldar army. It's just the fact we have 8 players. 8 players at a local store. I do have some Eldar, and I've taken out the cop picks and put Nurgle stuff in. It's probably like an allies really. But I would never do full on Eldar because it's just too many Eldar players.
Agreed. I like some of the models. I like to take them as allies now and again. They're very, very handy for filling in gaps in the Dark Eldar force. To be honest, I really struggled playing Eldar today. I didn't know a lot of the rules. I was looking a lot of stuff up in the codex. But I did enjoy it. Still don't think it's something I would do all the time.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. I'm still trying to find my feet with the new Blood Angel Codex as well.
There we go.
Yeah.
Reaction.
A lot of people say it's better. I don't like it as much. I've been playing with Dark Eldar a lot, but seeing as Phil's around for the night, we're going to do probably just a quick 1,000 point bat rep. I am going to use my Blood Angels. I don't really want to, but obviously nostalgia. They're my main army really, or they were. Got some great models in them. Fire Raptor especially.
Oh, I love that Fire Raptor. If you're right, sooner or later you're going to realise on my channel that I love auto cannons, and those auto cannon turrets.
I don't get it. Strength 7, 2 shots.
It's not really it's not really just because of the stats. I love auto cannons in general. It's more like I find it more reliable considering it's 2 shots rather than 1 from a last cannon, which is great. And then for it only being 10 points on a heavy weapon platform, yes please. Auto cannons, I love them. They're going to go everything in my guards army. Everything's going to have an auto cannon.
So yeah, like I said, Phil's around for the night. We're going to do a Blood Angel versus Tyrannid.
Oh yeah.
Bat rep. I don't know how much long after this video goes up. It'll be up. I'm going to try and do some editing, make it a bit better than the previous one.
Yep.
Phil's going to help us use YouTube a bit more than me.
Yeah.
And I think we're probably going to do a sit and paint as well, or sit and build, sit and talk. Where we just talk crap.
Probably is.
That one will probably go up before the bat rep. So again, if you like the channel so far, please like, subscribe, share, comment, check Phil's channel out, check the Warp Forge out. Jacob, he writes some really, really good fluff. Shout out to Striking Scorpion as well, Striking Scorpion 82. If you haven't liked his channel, go have a look. He's a fantastic Eldar player. He's got a massive Eldar army. Plays them really well. He does have, I think he's got like one in every army. He's got quite a large.
Might as well have.
He's got quite a large Tau army.
He's got a Tyrannid army. I don't know whether he's got an Orc at the moment.
He has. He's done a painting tutorial for him.
Yeah, so he must have got Orc. He's got Eldar.
Eldar, Tau, and Tyrannid are his biggest armies.
I can't remember if there's any more. He does have a Dark Eldar one.
He does. He's recently changed it, but yeah, we can talk about stuff like that later.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And want to shout out to Harlequin 117. He has a good Eldar battle report on there.
Yep. Stu is a gamer from our club. Doesn't make it down very often due to work commitments and stuff. I actually went to school with Stu like 15 years ago, and he used to play back then as well. Great Eldar player. I played 2,000 points of Blood Angels with him in the 5th edition Codex, and he tabled me in like turn 3 or 4.
Oh, yeah, it's a nasty list. But he's going for more of a fluffy Ulthway feel, which you'll probably see in some of his latest battle reports.
So yeah, everyone I've mentioned I'll post links to, as well as Wargames tournaments, and I mentioned Demonscape for the bases in my previous video. Again, I'll post a link for that and everybody's channel. We did mention Steve from Mini Wargaming due to the Vibro cannons. Big shout out to the guys at Mini Wargaming. Would love their job. Yeah. Soon. Hopefully. But yeah, thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. I'm always open to comments, questions. and I'll try to reply as many as I can. Thanks very much.